Hello everyone, myself Himanshu Dhupia, and today we will talk about the Indo-Bangladesh various disputes regarding trade, regarding water sharing, regarding China's influence in Bangladesh, and the recent developments happened between India and Bangladesh relationship. In my previous video, we talked about the partition, enclaves, border agreement, and about the fencing issues, the border incident that happened in the porous borders of India and Bangladesh. In today's videos, these are the topics: Ganga water sharing, maritime boundaries, trade tensions, political shift recently happened, and what are the challenges, how can these disputes be resolved. So we will talk about all these things in detail. So if you haven't watched this video, this particular video is containing all these topics, you make sure you watch it, then this will make sense to you. So I will put this video's link in the description box. You make sure you check out. Okay, so let's talk about the Teesta River first. So Teesta River, it's a prime example of water dispute between India and Bangladesh, because many rivers are flowing from India to Bangladesh especially, but Teesta and Ganga river are the two major rivers that are flowing into Bangladesh. Ganga river is called Padma river in India. Teesta river is flowing from Sikkim to West Bengal to Bangladesh. So these two rivers are the transboundary rivers, we can say. Transboundary rivers are those rivers who is flowing from between more than two to three nations. Okay, so in examination question can be asked that which of the following rivers are transboundary rivers, and you have to make sure, you have to know, like Indus, this Ganga or Brahmaputra, all these are transboundary rivers. Like Godavari, Kaveri, they are flowing in totally in India, so they are not transboundary rivers. Okay, I hope you got the point. Now Teesta river flows from Sikkim through West Bengal into Bangladesh, I told you, and it supports millions of farmers on both the sides, India also and Bangladesh also. Now the Bangladesh raised an issue. It claims that it gets less than 25% in the dry season from Teesta river, and a draft treaty in 2011, it was proposed that Bangladesh will be given more equitable distribution. The water sharing will be more equitably shared. But it was blocked by whom? By our Mamata Banerjee, the then Chief Minister of, right now also she is the Chief Minister of West Bengal. So why she blocked this particular proposal? She told that I always want Bangladesh to get water, but we have a problem with the Teesta water because the water supply in the river has gone down. If the water supply has gone down, how can I give more water to Bangladesh, ignoring my own farmers, my own local needs, So this particular, this has become a dispute now. The way India and Pakistan was having this Indus water treaty, the same way we can also have the treaty of Teesta river, but it got into trouble. It got into some issues. Okay. Now this makes Bangladesh frustrated, and the periodic protest happens in Bangladesh against India regarding this Teesta river. Okay, so this Teesta river dispute, it has been significant for us, for civil aspirants, because it highlights Indo-Bangladesh relations. Now this particular Teesta project, it aimed at managing the river's resources, and it has, we can say that it has become a contentious topic into the bilateral relations. It affects the farmers and the camp dwellers in the region. If you want to know more about the Teesta water agreement, you can go to this link, universalinstitutions.com, Teesta water agreement. A detailed analysis has been there. Okay, now let's talk about the Ganga water sharing. This is the second river. I already told you Ganga is like it is originating from Gangotri glacier, going through this Agra, Bihar, UP, okay, West Bengal, and finally going into West of Bengal. Okay, now I already told you Ganga is known as Padma in Bangladesh, Brahmaputra, known as Yarlung Sangpo in China, Brahmaputra in India, and Jamuna, remember Jamuna in Bangladesh. So there are two rivers, Padma and Jamuna, originally Ganga and Brahmaputra in Bangladesh. Okay, and when Padma and this Jamuna meets, here the Sundarban Delta is formed. So Sundarban Delta is formed by Ganga and Brahmaputra river. Sundarban Delta is the largest delta in the world, we can say like that. Okay, now we had a 1996 treaty that allocates water between two countries, and this is the allocation according to 1996 Ganga water sharing treaty. India's share will be 50% and Bangladesh share will be also 50%. Okay, because India Bangladesh we have reached the agreement, but problem is that in this also generally we conduct the joint rivers commissions. These commissions are meant to resolve the issues, such issues recently because of the climate change, we can say because of the population increase, more and more water resources are required. So generally two countries meet together for the reallocation of the water. Generally it happens, okay, but our joint commission doesn't meet much. Basically it hasn't met regularly in the recent years. So don't you think if two countries won't communicate with each other, then uncertainty will be there, because it's a transboundary river. Ganga is a transboundary river. Okay, again the camp dwellers and the farmers who are relying on these water from the both sides, they have a uncertainty, and uncertainty leads to the fear. Okay, it leads to economic break basically. So that is all about the Ganga water sharing. You have to remember joint. You have to take the follow up of the joint river commission. You have to take. Follow up this water treaty. It is very important. These datas are very important. That's why I have put it here. You can take the screenshot of this. Fine. Now let's move to Bay of Bengal. This maritime boundary. Earlier we were talking about the enclaves and all. This is the land boundary we are having with Bangladesh. Now we will talk about the maritime boundary. So EEZ means exclusive economic zones, means like this particular line, as you can see, this particular line India is having control. India can do research, India can explore, India's fishermen go for the fishing and all. So Sri Lanka's EEZ is this one. So India can go till here and Sri Lanka can go here, and this particular strait that divides India and Sri Lanka is Pak Strait. Remember, Pak Strait. Okay, and this is our Adams Bridge. We call it Ram Setu also. Okay, you have to remember that. Now let's talk about Bangladesh. So Bangladesh EEZ is this one. Myanmar is also having big boundaries. So, and because of Andaman Nicobar, India is having exclusive economic zone of this also. And the areas that is remained, like this one, this area is totally remained, right? Nobody is having control over it. So India can also come, Bangladesh can also come, and Myanmar also come, or any other countries, ships can also navigate here. So it's according to this United Nations Law of Sea, UNCLOS, that water is navigable. Anybody can go anywhere. Nobody will restrict it. Now it is very. It seems very sophisticated method. But even at sea, disputes have arise. How? For decades, India and Bangladesh disagreed over their maritime boundary. Like these boundaries are not acceptable by the countries. Why? Why we are fighting over the boundaries now? Because this Bay of Bengal is very rich in fishes, plus oil, plus gas. And who doesn't want oil and gas? Everybody wants, right? Everybody wants fish because aquaculture is a big industry. So in 2024, like India and Bangladesh were having disputes, so we went to the court, international court. We went to United Nations Permanent Court of Arbitration, and 2004. This particular court, United Nations Permanent Court of Arbitration, this court awarded Bangladesh about 19,000 467 square kilometer of land, of this kilometers of disputed area, not land, maritime boundary. So what happened? I hope you understood that. Remember, first of all, when 2014, how much disputed area was given to the Bangladesh? 19,467 square kilometer. Okay, so this is how the reallocation happened, and we accepted. We did not do anything, any problems. We accepted ki, okay, Bangladesh, if court has said, take it, simple. Now third tension, first was Teesta, second was Ganga. Now the tension is trade tensions. And what are the economic links between India and Bangladesh? So trade between India and Bangladesh in 2023 was 13.64 billion. It has increased from 13 to 18 billion recently in 2024. Okay, so we are the Bangladesh second largest trading partner. First one is still China. But disputes persist over whom? Tariffs, non-tariff barriers, NDBs, non-tariff barriers, and transit fees. So these three disputes, because of these three, the dispute persists in the economic area between India and Bangladesh. In 2025, what we did, students, in 2025, India restricted Bangladesh goods like garments and processed food. And these items was entering through the northeast land ports, and India cites that this is the unfair trade practice, that you are illegally putting garments and processed food into the northeastern part of India, and then from there it is transported to whole of India. So we restricted Bangladeshi goods. So don't you think Bangladesh will never accept such things? So what they did, Bangladesh in turn, they raised transit fees. Now what is transit fees? Transit fees, when India wants to send some goods to northeast, it has to go through the chicken neck, through the Siliguri corridor. But if we want to send our goods faster, then we will pass our goods through the Bangladesh, through inside the Bangladesh. Now we have to pay Bangladesh some fee that it allows our trucks, our vehicles to take from West Bengal to northeast. Now in retaliation, Bangladesh raised the transit fees. Okay, so like both countries benefit from trade, but such type of disputes can quickly escalate. And right now there is no government in Bangladesh also. Interim government is going on. Military is saying that militaries crack down on opposition parties, like democracy is not even there. So don't you think these type of things can quickly escalate? It can affect the businesses also, it can affect the consumers also. So that is the trade tensions between India and Bangladesh. Now if we talk about the political shift, so political developments can dramatically change the relationship, and we have seen clearly in India Bangladesh that this particular relationship had dramatically changed. In August 2024, Sheikh Hasina, Bangladesh's prime minister for over 15 years, was ousted after mass protest over jobs. Protest was it's very important for us to know this crisis. The protest was for jobs plus governance. Sheikh Hasina could not handle it properly. As you can see in the photo, these people are on the roof of the parliament of Bangladesh. See the anarchy, how much. So military told Sheikh Hasina to leave in 30-40 minutes. Ki leave, else the situation will be very worse. She took an helicopter and reached to the India. Now after all this thing happened, military stepped in, and Nobel literate Muhammad Yunus was appointed interim leader. It was not chosen by any election. He was given a charge basically that because you are a Nobel literate, so you take a charge. So this transition has created uncertainty, don't you think? And India had close ties with Hasina also. So what exactly happened? Now if we talk about that, we had a close ties with Sheikh Hasina, but this particular man, Muhammad Yunus, has reached out to China and Pakistan. So it is a signal that Bangladesh is no longer the only friend of India. It can reach out to Pakistan and China also in case of any crisis. So this is a problem for us, okay, because he has gone to China first. Generally what happens, students, when any Bangladeshi leader is elected or designated, he generally comes to India first. But this man went to China first and is meeting with the Pakistani's Prime Minister also. We are not saying it's bad. You meet, not an issue, but we are your immediate neighbors and we have helped you a lot in many things, okay. But let it be. We will look into this issue more closely and we will update you if anything related to our examination will be there. We are not into politics, okay, fine. Now the recent development happened, a very interesting one, that there is a air base. The air base name is Lal Monir Hath Air Base. Look it very closely because it is important for our internal security and the international relations also. So in a major strategic development, what happened? Bangladesh is reviving World War II era. This is a World War II era Lal Monir Hath Air Base in Rangpur. You have to remember Rangpur. It is in Bangladesh and it's only 15 kilometers from our Indian borders. This is Bangladesh, this is India. So it is only 15 kilometers from Indian border. Now the problem is that this particular air base is getting constructed, or we can say it is getting assistance from China to get constructed. That's the major issue, that why China is assisting Bangladesh in reviving a World War II totally damaged air base that is very close to the borders of India. Also, it is very close to the Chicken Neck, or we can say Siliguri corridor, only 135 kilometers from it means in future, if Bangladesh goes more closer to China, China can take Lal Monir Hath Air Base, as a strategic advantage against India and can block the Chicken's Neck. And if Chicken's Neck will be blocked, then our northeast, India will be cut off from the mainland. Okay, it will never happen, but just we are worrisome. We are taking precautions. That's it. So now this particular move is raising alarm, in our New Delhi, like the central leadership, as the proximity. You have to remember that. Now, if this will happen, so don't you think it will be a potential game changer for the regional security? Our whole strategy has to be changed. And China's involvement could see the military assets like fighter jets, radars, surveillance equipments stationed at the Lal Monir Hath. So it will give Beijing a military foothold virtually on India's doorstep. Just 15 kilometers from away, China would be on our head. Now India won't remain silent because we are watching everything. What we did? In response, India is fast tracking the refurbishment of Kailashhar airport. This is an airport. The name is, you have to remember the name, Kailashhar. This is an airport in Tripura. It is also World War II era, not World War II, 1971 war era civil airport. This is a civil airport. Lal Monir Hath is a military air base. So we are also reviving this particular this airport now. Earlier it was for the civils, now we are reviving it for the defense purpose, okay, so that our air force, fighter jets and other military aircraft can operate in the time of crisis or conflict. This is the map. It is also very near to, like Lal Monir Hath is around here, so Kailash here is near Tripura. Now, so all these moves from Bangladesh, from India, these have come, after the political shifts in Bangladesh. The interim government under Muhammad Yunus has shown a willingness to engage more closely with the China and with the Pakistan. It is a departure from the previous administration's alignment with India. Earlier, we were close with Bangladesh. So, if the Muhammad Yunus is reaching to China and Pakistan, it means the Chinese influence, Pakistani influence is growing in Bangladesh. Now, so it is a direct security challenge to India's security interest in the region. Okay, we have to keep on looking over it. Fine. So that is all about our India Bangladesh, all the disputes you have taken. If we talk about the examination point of view especially, so questions on Teesta River, questions on border management, questions on internal security threats, including trans-border crimes like terrorism, Naxalism, insurgency, cyber attacks, fake currency, piracy, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and the role of security forces have featured in the UPSC examination. Already all these things have been asked in one way or another way. Okay. Also, the regional groupings like SHARC. The full form of SHARC is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, has been asked in an examination. So, you have to remember the member countries' names, and the trick to learn is MBBS pain. Okay, this is the trick to learn the member countries. Okay, second comes the BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC full form is Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. In this, our Pakistan is not there. So earlier we used to take BIMSTEC as the alternative of SHARC, but now we don't have good relation with Pakistan also, and we don't good have relation with Bangladesh also. There is some problems going on with the Nepal, Sri Lanka, and in the like Maldives also problematic. So basically, our foreign policy needs to be relooked. Let's see what happens. But as a UPSC aspirant, we have to keep on taking the follow whatever is going on. So keep on reading the newspapers, keep on watching our videos for all this analysis. Okay. Third is India's neighborhood. First, so India's neighbors are all these countries are India's neighbors. Okay. So we are focusing on this. We are talking about the Act India policy. So this is the South Asia, this is the Southeast Asia, ASEAN, Association of Southeastern Asian Nations. We are more interested in them now because they are the fastest growing economies. So all these Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Philippines, Brunei, Cambodia, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, we are focusing on this. All these are the UPSC very important related. Okay, so you have to keep on following all these topics. Okay, so I hope you like this lecture. If you like this lecture, make sure you like the video, you subscribe the channel, keep the notification bell icon on for further updates. So in next, what you want analysis on, you just tell me in the comment box. I will definitely try to cover that particular topic. Okay, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.